Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Café podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Villanueva, and I'm here to help give you the tips, tricks, and tools to live your best life. Welcome to the Blonde Cafe. We provide those big sister, pep talks, that big sister energy, that best friend type of vibe. We're here to help get you out of your own damn way so you can go after your goals, baby. And we're not over here about toxic hustle culture. We're not like, oh my God, grind at 5 a.m. every single day. We're doing it in sustainable ways. And we're just taking those tiny, tiny little baby steps to help get you where you want to be. Because I know if you're anything like me, you probably get all up in your head sometimes and you probably get a little bit stuck. And maybe you're wanting to make some changes in your life, but you're really not sure how to do it. Or maybe you're lacking a little bit of trust in yourself. And maybe that hit home there just now. Or you lost a little bit of confidence along the way. Or maybe you've had a job that has consistently drained your energy, or a relationship that no longer fulfills you. Or maybe you just feel like you're split in 15 different directions at all times and you don't know where the hell to go. So we're here to help you get clear on what you actually want in life and how to go do it. We believe that everything that you want is possible and that life ebbs and flows. You can have every single thing you want. You just got to pick and choose what you want those things to be and when you're going to spend time on them. So if that sounds anything at all like you, welcome to the freaking party. And I'm so happy to have you. Without further ado, today's episode is all about serendipity. Because if you know anything about taking chances, you don't know what the hell is on the other side. You know, you could take a chance to move across the country. You could take a chance to get a new job. You could take a chance to leave a really shitty relationship. You could take a chance to get a new apartment. You can take a chance on your outfit every single day. If you just listened to our last episode, we talked all about outfit confidence and how to build your wardrobe into something that you truly love and how to wear some staple pieces that maybe you don't feel so confident in right away, but you can make yourself confident in them. And that's exactly what we do when we take chances. And we got to trust. We got to trust in the unknown. And we have to trust that even if it's not something that pans out exactly how you expect it, or maybe it pans out really bad, at least you're that one step closer of knowing where you want to be. Even those really bad endings, if you're like, oh my gosh, I moved into this new apartment and it really sucks. There's cockroaches everywhere, or my neighbors are really loud, or I don't feel super safe all the time. That means that, you got to start planning. You got to start pivoting. You have to look up new apartments. You look up how to break your lease. You start saving penny by penny, or think about, maybe a side hustle that you can do to break your lease. But the same thing with maybe a new job. If you take a chance into a new job and you're like, oh, this isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, that's okay. That means that you can pivot and you can make those changes. And even if you're worried about what it looks like on a resume, that's where you can be honest in the interview and you say, I thought that this was the right environment for me. I thought it was the right next step, but then maybe it's not. Maybe you figure that out. And so that's where you get a chance to ebb and flow in life, and you get a chance to make those moves and make sure you're not stuck. Even if it's something like a previous career that you used to absolutely love and you were so excited when you got the job, and then now all of a sudden it's 3 years later and you're like, what the hell? I don't enjoy this anymore. Maybe you need to make a pivot. That's personally what I just did. I just made a pivot in careers into something that I'm still doing marketing, but I also am learning new skills. I'm doing new sales tactics, things like that. And I didn't know what was going to be on the other side. Now, granted, it worked out even better than I could imagine. I absolutely love my job, but I didn't know. I didn't know what it was going to look like after I left my super safe 9 to 5 for another career choice. And maybe that's where you're at. Or maybe you're afraid of what happens if you really leave that relationship and you're feeling alone, or maybe it is a little bit tougher financially than when you were splitting the bills with somebody else. But maybe that's worth it. Maybe that's worth it to figure out who you are, to find your peace of mind, to get your own little footing. You never know what's on the other side and where that's going to lead you. And so that was kind of my thought process for the episode today. Is I took this new job, I took this new career, go back a couple episodes, you'll learn all about it. And I was thinking about my podcast as well. And I'm like, I've kind of been a little bit stagnant with my podcast. Last year I focused on now adding in YouTube. And then I was thinking, like, what is that next step for me for my podcast? I love my career that I'm in, I really enjoy it. And also, I have this side hustle and this passion that is burning inside me. And I'm trying to figure out how to balance the two and how to grow. So, lo and behold, I was at the office the other day and we received a new office neighbor in the building. Our office is inside a co working space where we have multiple offices inside the same building. And we received a new neighbor, and that neighbor is a podcast producer. So and that is just kind of like a light bulb moment for me of like, girl, don't quit your podcast. Not that I thought about quitting it, but girl, you can do that job that you absolutely love, and you can continue to grow your podcast. You can continue to do what actually lights you up, which is inspiring people. And it really just kind of occurred to me when I met that man, that podcast producer, and I was so shocked. I was like, what are the odds that in this building of at least 50 different companies, 50 different offices, 50 different members of that building community right there, that the one that is right next door to us is a podcast producer? That to me was just a sign from the universe to keep going, that I can balance both. I can, be in the office at my awesome 9 to 5 that I love and that I'm passionate about. And I can also hold passion for my other side passion, for lack of a better word, with this podcast. And I also had another opportunity to be a moderator at a local event coming up too. So I'll give you guys more details once I establish that with the host of that event. But there's these little things that you keep trusting, these nudges from the universe, which is what even led me to this new job in the first place. If you don't remember, I used to have a business called The Beauty Boost, and it was hosting local events here in the 757. It's a nationwide company. They host events all over the US. It's a beautiful company. I absolutely love it. At the same time, it was very difficult to juggle with my current 9 to 5 job that I had at the time. So I made the connections. I did the business for about a year and a half. I first got into it by being asked to speak on as a moderator on a panel, became the owner, long story short, became the owner of said business. I met a ton of local business owners in the area, one of which is my new employer. So I had no idea that all of those stepping stones way back, I think I originally became the moderator of the panel back in 2023, I want to say. And stair step later, here I am now working for a local business owner through that business that I used to own. I know it's a little bit hard sometimes when you're taking those chances. You don't know. And sometimes it can be nerve wracking to meet new people and to put yourself out there, especially like I went from being remote literally 24/7. I was a complete remote employee. And now I'm meeting new clients every single day, every single week. And I didn't realize how much of my personality kind of got lost in the sauce by being remote. And it kind of made me like think a little bit of pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, because I have to talk to new people. I get lit up when I do talk to new people. I have a knack for connecting with people in the littlest, tiniest of ways, no matter if they're local millionaire business owners or if they're a recent mom that wants to refresh her home. Something to be said about connecting with people along the way and connecting with them where they're at. Life rewards boldness. If you don't know, now you know. Life rewards people that go after what they want. If they want to become a new mom, they take the chance, and that's something that's obviously been on my mind as well. Being recently married, my husband and I are talking about when we want to start a family. And to be honest with you, I'm scared as hell to become a mom. I really, really am, but I know it's something that I want to do. Hopefully, God willing, it will happen for us. And it's something that, it's on my heart. And I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm going to take the chance anyway. So maybe that's where you're at. Maybe you do want to start a family and you're not sure what that's going to look like down the road or how you're going to sustain it. Or maybe you want to get a dog and you don't even know how you're going to sustain a dog, but you end up taking care of it and you figure it out along the way. Honestly, if you've seen Whiskey, that's my Beagle Cocker Spaniel, in any of my videos or pictures or anywhere on Instagram, I post them on my stories all the time, along with our other dog, Meatball. If you don't know, it started out just with Whiskey and I. And I didn't know how I was going to take care of him. I was working a typical 9 to 5 where I had to be inside an office at all times of the day. And I was a little nervous because I'm like, I really, I want to do this dog justice. I don't want him to be there by himself all the time. I want to make sure I'm giving him the love and comfort and care that he needs. I want to make sure I can pay for his vet bills. And it was scary, but I made it work. I figured it out. And I brought him over to my friend's house when we would go hang out together, or my friend would bring her dog over. And now he gets to have a little buddy, Meatball, who my husband had before we got together as well. And I had no idea what it was going to look like, of course. And Whiskey and I did spend a few years by ourselves together, and we made it work, baby. But if that's where you're at in 2026, if you're looking at this year and you're scared as hell and you don't know how to make the next move, you don't know where the universe is even going to meet you at, maybe you're praying on it, maybe you're thinking about it. I don't know what I want. Just keep going. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. If you don't know what you're doing at the gym, but you want to get healthy, go there. Go for 10 minutes. Go for 20 minutes. If you don't know what that next career move looks like, start saving jobs on LinkedIn. Take some of those personality quizzes that tell you what kind of jobs you would be good at. And it doesn't have to be like the end all be all, but it's at least one step closer to where you want to be. Same thing if you take that new job and it's not what you thought it was, it's one step closer to getting you to where you want to be. Or if you're anything like me and you're trying to balance two passions at once, that's where it comes in, where if you still have that little nudge in the back of your head that won't leave you alone, and you're like, okay, I'm focused on my new job, I'm focused on that new grind, but I also still love my podcast. I don't know how I'm going to balance it. What do you know? I ended up meeting a podcast producer literally in the room next to me that I had no idea existed. And here we are. It was kind of that little universe nudge of, hey, you can have both. You can do both. And if you start listening to those little pieces in your day, it will all fall together. I promise you. If you start listening to your heart, if you start trusting your gut, you will sharpen your skills on who you want to be around, who you want to become. And you have to start practicing that, who you want to become before you become that person. If you're that person that wants to run a 5K and you've never freaking ran since maybe the 4th grade when you had to run a mile in gym class, that's okay. Maybe you start taking a walk. You start with a walk around the block. I talk about all the time having those tiny, tiny little baby steps forward. That's how you get to where you want to be. That's how you lose 10 pounds. That's how you lose 50 pounds. That's how you make that next move. The business that I started chose to not pursue, but one of those connections ended me up in my amazing job that I have now. It's truly so amazing where you can see yourself in the next year, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. You got to trust. You got to trust in the unknown. You got to trust yourself. You got to trust that you're going to fail. You're going to fail. And you got to fail forward. That's where you have to own up to your mistakes. I've made mistakes already in my current new job that I love. I had a mistake the other day where I didn't communicate with someone as quickly as I should have, and it ended up kind of backfiring. And I didn't realize it until that time when that person was no longer available and we needed them. And I was like, oh my gosh, at that point in time, there was nothing I could do. I couldn't take back, it was the time now that they're not available, but we needed them. I couldn't take it back. So then at that point, I had to pivot and I had to say, okay, you know what? This was my mess up. I apologize. I will make sure that I do better next time. And here are the things that we need to know for this today. And that's why I wanted to talk to you guys today about how serendipity, we'll go with that, how serendipity can truly impact your life. And you don't even know what that's going to look like yet. And I know it's easy to sit here and say that after I did have a career that panned out and that I absolutely love. And I'm sitting here talking to you guys with my podcast that I love and a husband and our beautiful, awesome dogs. And I know it's easy to sit here and seem like it's all put together. But there have been times, including even, like I said, we're talking about starting a family soon, that it's like, I don't know what the hell that's going to look like. I hope it works out. I hope, I'm a good mom one day. I hope that, we are flourishing in our marriage and our health, in our business, in our everything. I hope we are flourishing. But at the same time, it's scary and you don't know what it's going to look like. So here's from me to you. I hope you take chances this year. Even if you don't know what your goals are, it's not about setting goals. It's about becoming the person that you want to be and making the most out of this life. Even if you're like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. I don't know what I like. I don't know what I don't like. I'm so down in the dumps. That's okay. If you know you like a hot cup of coffee, start there. If you see a cool TikTok about drinking lemon water every morning and you think that's going to be good for you, start drinking lemon water every morning. The more you're going to get closer to actually getting out of it. It's still going to feel like it sucks in the moment. I'm not kidding you. Like I have been there where it feels like every day is Groundhog's Day and I don't know where the hell I'm doing. But if you just keep doing the littlest, like you just follow that tiny, tiny little inclination of, oh, you know what? A buffalo chicken wrap sounds good today. Oh, it's a beautiful day outside. It would be really nice to like walk around the block today. Go for a walk around the block. The more that you do those things, the more you will start to come back to yourself and you will start to trust your gut, trust your intuition, and the universe, God, whatever you believe in, Buddha, they all work together in your favor. I truly, wholeheartedly believe that. I don't think we're meant to be here miserable all the time. And if you do have the slightest inclination that you want to do something, go after it. Life is too damn short not to. And I say that on every single episode for a reason, you guys. So I hope you guys are having a great week. Happy January. It is almost February somehow. I literally have no freaking idea how that happened. 2026 is going to be the best damn year yet. And I can't wait to share it with y'all. So stay tuned for our next episodes. Bye, guys.